Hey there, Joy of the World friends and family. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up, like, and share with your friends and your family. Help us get out this message from Joy to the World to make our world bolder, brighter, and more beautiful, starting here now today. Also, be sure to leave your comments down below. And those of you who've been giving donations into the channel is greatly appreciated. I have so many new decks now, I can't even count. But it really seems to be bringing about some intense readings and whole new energies that I couldn't even fathom. And I'm so grateful to the people who provide it and also to the artists who even created them. What magic we weave. So, what is going on here? The affirmators selected themselves as your deck. I just began to shelve that. Oh, look at the bottom. I mean, can you see why? You talk about this Pisces moon that we're stepping into. It's the whole cycle of the moon going in, and it's actually been prepping for quite some time now, for about 2 weeks. And we're moving in this whole new cycle, but that was the undergirding, moving into the upswing now, and we're getting into the swing of things. So there's a bit of rearranging needing to go on, because several of these, they were all shuffled and freshened for this read just in case they want to talk. But there's so much about overcoming old heart injuries. For some of you, it's stepping into refreshing your love. For those of you who are married or already in long-term partnerships, more than a year or two at least, about reviving it, refreshing it, fresh wind, fresh fire, um, like new creations coming in to help inundate it with a spark of life. But then there are those of you that are seeking love, like the eyes on love coming on in, like seeing the one who's caught the glimmer, and you're like, come on over this way. Let's have a little playtime, a little fun time. That's what the otters do. Resourceful, playful, bonded, union. And the neat thing about it, it's not stuck together. That's why they're holding hands, each having their own space, their own expression of life, but also having that commonality in things that they do share. And the Queen of Wands, she holding up a wand now. She's like, I think I like that. I want to find me a star. And he's like, I want to find, he's over here actually in the reading. He's like, I want to find me a star. Look at them both. Look at them both like, you a dish, baby. And she's like, I know I am. I know I am, male or female, whichever role you find yourself in. But it's all about standing in the truth and love and bringing in the this inspiring new life. The thing that leaves your breath. Your breath leaves your chest with like enthusiasm, almost like effervescence. Like the bubbles in champagne, the bubbles in a soda drink, or some sparkling water, whatever it is. It's the fizzy lifting drink, okay? So, what do I want to get here? Who do I want to see? Who are we going to look for? All right, let's get one of these. We're going to grab a pearl on this. Let's get some generating energy about what this little, sorry y'all, I got to move this table. It's like nothing has moved, but I'm feeling so just constricted. Talk about Saturn, who's my daddy. Saturn's my daddy. I'm a Capricorn sun. But it's strange for me to feel bound up at all. That is way too many. We're not going there. I see you right here. And right there. I want another one. Let's get one more. Let's let be cohesive and clear, okay? Fluid. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, you came in, and there we go. All right, so let's start with the Queen, because she's wanting to speak first. Take a good look at her. Talk about the magic mirror, looking at life straight ahead, embracing it. Having done the work of integrity, of beauty, of getting aligned with oneself, of being the same on the inside as the outside, and that is my definition of beauty. That's why someone shines and radiates, because all of your eyes are aligning. And she's talking about even right here, getting in union with heaven here on earth and calling that in and standing by. Sorry, y'all, I'm still getting all here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Maybe I have a little more freedom now. I think you want a little bit of freedom. She's like, I do. That's why I want a star. I want somebody who has it all together. They're not somebody about chaos and conflict and competition. Remember, there's this nice union going on here about the connection as well as freedom to express oneself in the individuality. It's like blue and yellow. One's blue, one's yellow, and the relationship is green. Neither one feels like they have to convert the other and bring it over to so and so's side or whatever else, or muddy up the energy by losing yourself in the relationship. And you're like, yeah, she said, that's why it took a minute to get here. It took just a minute. She's like, do you know how many times I had to relight this bulb? How many times I had to put in a new bulb, relight the pilot light to keep my fire going? She's like, all these stars. She said, I about lost my mind. Do you see how many times I've wished and I've tried and I've hoped and I've prayed and waited for another day? She said, you can't tell it. I look like I'm standing up, but I'm mighty tired. I'm seated on my throne, and I just decided that I was going to be in my confidence and be in my truth and live my life and know what I know and know what I believe in, and begin to allow my reticular activating system, that part of our amnios, our energy around us, which he's chiming up over here across the reading under that King of Pentacles. And they're like, that's what we have in common, baby. Now, mind you, this is all your Pisces moon, okay? I didn't decide what comes in here. I'm not opposed to doing love readings or anything like that, but there's so many people that devote their entire channel just to that. Me, I'm about energy sessions, and energy healing, becoming familiar with what's around us so that we're able to walk it out in that true heart energy with foresight instead of the hindsight where we got burned, okay? So she's like, all right, let's take some action. Let's go on in. Talk about a little bit of a chase going on here, but everybody's going the same direction. The sun is gleaming and glowing up. The returning of your energy, of feeling a little spunky, a little spry, a little playful. That's good that the otters came on in regards to other people, not just on your own, okay? Because before, even though you had this, there was a bit of some confidence growing to go on here, because it was more like if somebody started to pursue you, like, I don't know, there was this whole Three of Swords energy that showed up in, I don't know, 3 or 4 of the decks over and over again while it was being shuffled, but in the midst was popping up the 6 of Cups, the Lovers, the 2 of Cups over and over again as well. And it was like talking about, this is gone. This is behind you. This is over with. And that's why it's sitting over here. And so now you're allowing yourself to not just totally dash off, that reflex, that gut instinct, that reaction of like, I had better bail before something gets out of line here, because you're like, I am the Queen of Fire. I'm all about passionate, fiery action. If I let somebody get too close to me, we might go up in flames. We might go up in flames, but thank God to the Lovers, we have 52. Talking about manifest creation in the union. This is more of a cooling, calming energy that helps slow your roll, baby. And it's not that you're gonna catch on fire with them. You're like, whoop, they're too spicy. I'm gonna get on out of here before I do something that I might regret. That's what she was saying. Excuse me, over here with that Queen of Wands. She's like, said lots of things get me purring. Get that cat a purring. Okay, y'all. What is this with Pisces moon? I love my Pisces, so I'm going to love the Pisces moon as well. That's fantastic. And underneath, down here, they'll like grab that cosmic tarot. It's the Prince of Wands. Kind of holding that wand a little bit close, like, I'm about ready to pounce. I'm about ready to pounce. King of Pentacles, like, dang, Skippy, you right. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Oh, no. I don't know what y'all put in your Cheerios today, but hey, all right. On that the Friday reading, there was a little bit of rye up in there. Somebody was getting some spirit on, but this is about that calming, cooling energy. Remember the inspiration, the pink, the high heart coming on in right here. It is a ball and a bundle of love. This is the relationship as well, because the green and the pink go together, right? It's how our breath comes in, moves down and through our body, and brings forth the goldness. Sun is what you're talking about. That's interesting, the moon and the sun. And you're like, and that cuts on the fountain of love, the fountain of life, the abundance and the overjoyed. Interesting. Because when you have life, when you live out of your overflow, out of your abundance, there is no need for fear. There won't be that backlash, that backwash, that sort of thing. Because to get into the abundance and the flow, it is like it is the harbinger and the signal for you to know, and the symbol for you to be assured that the star is complete. Okay? The star is complete. That conversation's going to flow. I already see it. So I want to hover here for a minute. Let's see, because it's got me tickling, itching all over to know more. Let's see what that is. I want to get a rune on this lovers and that fountain. About the symbol. I see. Thank you. Like, Joy, you can want to know, but it's unknowable. It's like the Fool is the big open channel, is being open, being receptive. That it's like the gate. When the gate opens, the waters flow. Well, the gate's the mouth, the heart, the communication, genuine, true, passionate. And that doesn't just mean sex talk, y'all. It actually doesn't at all. It has more to do with creativity of mind, passions like cooking or biking or mountain hiking, travel, things like that. It's going to be that beyond chemistry. It's going to be like kismet. It's going to be written in the stars, but it's everlasting, eternal. I don't know what is going on with my chin here. Am I bleeding? Who knows? Everlasting, eternal, symbolic death, contrast, fears, potential, impossibilities. So just be aware of this person. Remember the yellow and the blue, or even the orange and the blue. It's about compliments. Remember, that's what the star is it's ruled out competition. It's ruled out the disorder and the strife and those things. So, you'll know, because there won't be that push-pull energy. And there won't be that overtaking, overwhelming energy either. There's just the quaint coming alongside. That's why it's kind of like the kismet. It's like, oh, well, that's convenient. That fits right there. And it's not overworked, overdone. It's very, you're saying fluidous. So let me just roll with what you're saying here, darling. And I think we need to go ahead and get into one of these. The Mystical Dream Tarot. Let's get a card on this fluidous energy coming on here about this connection and what is happening there. That is strange. They're telling me to go to the middle of the deck. That's not right. There we go. I said, stop at the Three of Swords. That's how I knew. I'm like, sheesh, all right. You've been cooking up something for these couple of weeks, and you're saying for years, for a long time, because to get to the star, it's not just how long you've worked in the spirit work and doing the work and ascending and enlightening and illuminating and all that. It's also the era that we're entering into. This 2020 is like turning a combination lock and opening it. It is turning the cogs. It is turning, like you're showing me, like in an old tower when the bell would ring. It's the moving of these giant cogs. All right, so tell me about it. Let's just dive on in here and find out a bit of what's going on in this run of cards. Let me just get them going together, because maybe they want to speak with each other. Thanks for giving me a moment to peek. Those are definitely together. Okay, so they're coming in pairs, which would make sense. Interestingly enough, it's starting over here with the dreams, with the seeds, with these desires. Remember her wand, about how many times she about wore herself out? Well, all those things that they were attempts, it has to do with your stars, your planets, your dreams. And the dreams, not just that are like right here, that you can put your finger on. It's that pink, that high heart, that inspiration, and also that soul seed that came in when you designed yourself when you birthed your chart to bring yourself in, as to how your planetary arrangements are, that there is a wealth of resources there that So this is kind of like coming in to cleanse your mind a little bit. The goddess of the moon is, of course, the mind, but in this case, she's the mind connected with the wealth of the heart to bring in your truth and to restore you to your truth and to get those offsets gone here, because these were judgments that you were still carrying over yourself, where you think you missed the mark, the bench, the hallmark, that type of thing, and you think you went wrong or didn't see it. Well, how could you know what you didn't know? Okay, and you can't remember what you don't know. So this is like your remembrance coming up, that you don't have to stay on guard. Remember, that was a bit of this energy going on here. I feel like you need to stay on guard and run away because I don't know what might happen. You know, it might this, it might that. And they're like, calm, slow your roll, baby, we got you. You're smart, you're brilliant, you're whole, you're complete, you're beautiful, you know yourself. That's why you have that star in your lap. You know yourself. You know that there isn't a peg hole for you to be jammed into and to fit into. You are out in the open. You are like this divine crystal shroud going on here, this sanctuary and this haven. They all hum and they sing and they will resonate when you come into this divine energy, because the amethyst is like a resurrection crystal. It is not one that resurrects. It is the emblem of resurrection that is given to one that has. And this shows us how many times you have died and resurrected. It is like an honorarium to your devotion to living in life, which is why you're cloaked in the greens here. You are true to your heart and you're willing to be there. So they're saying, hey, we're just easing your worry and your doubt, washing away the worry, doubt, and fears, letting this water begin to flow, letting your heart begin to open up the gates and the chambers, because you can't know. So if you're standing restricted and restrained, not open and protected, not guarded, but if you're standing restricted and restrained, it's going to create an offset in that energy. It's going to create a repetitious pattern is what they're talking about. But when you're in that confidence and you speak a little and receive a little and speak a little and receive a little and feel where the resonating and the harmony is going on, okay? And this is even in long time loves. Remember, it's that recovery of love, that new spark that going on. Because if it grew kind of stale, you blew each other's candle out, or maybe rubbed each other the wrong way, or maybe turned the blue and yellow into the green, right? Went, oh, how do we separate again? It's like, no. Rise up from your ashes and begin again, you know, with the honor and the respect. And it begins with yourself, of honoring and respecting yourself for what all you have learned and how you've grown, okay? Because you can't know what you know until you know it. So when we're open in our heart and we trust this divine connection and guidance that we have with ourself, with our spirit, with our guides, with our soul even, then this is getting into the soul here with Mayat and the Five of Pentacles, then we have that wonder. We have that ability to take each moment as brand new and to allow it to have its own fresh fingerprint, its own hallmark coming in. But I love it. Mayat's more of the moon energy, that centrality going on. And it's powering you up. Like the color in the wings is showing me like wavelengths of light energy processing and moving through. There are these little fiber optic little toys that kids have, and the light rainbow change and move throughout it, and it creates a very intriguing movement on the mind's eye. Very wooing, okay? But the waters are incredibly still and calm, and the uprising of the energy for you to stay divinely connected to yourself. Remember, you seated on your throne. You're comfortable with your energy. Look, and life is bringing you a gift. Bringing you a gift. That's part of this amethyst. That's part of the stars of your head, of coming fully through those waters, because those waters of despair, doubt, guilt, you know, accusation, shame, whatever it is, frustration, the learning curve, you know, the teardrops of being human, right? That living this life and not knowing, and remember that we divine ourselves with this amazing chart and knowing what all it meant and how we all work together. That's what we're working out here. We're just working through that and getting a feel for it. It's about tuning our streams, is what they talk about. The conjunctions and likewise that we have going on in our chart to play the soul song, the music, right? And so that's this song going on here. And they're like, put the needle on the record when the drum beat goes like this, and begin to know the tune of your heart. Okay? So be at peace in your mind and your soul. And now this is, of course, Pentacle and Swords. So being in your body, but this swords here is very earthy. It's all greened up. Look at that. Talk about being revived. It's almost like those words that once bit you coming back. See, this scorpion here is like fanning you, waking you back up, and actually trying to whap and tamp out, excuse the words, they whap out the flames that were catching you on fire. But this was here to set you free from this bondage that you had gotten yourself totally entrapped in. That was your form of protection that you had before from these things, right? From your mind. It was like being that frustrated with yourself, frustrated with life, frustrated with the process of learning, of being human, of growing through this phase, because we didn't know, but we couldn't have, y'all. It's about the era that we're in, not the error that we're in. Let that sit there for a moment. But look at this. This coming in is like a branch coming from this tree of life. It's coming to fan you and to set you free without you having to catch on fire and incinerate it. They're just pulling you out from it and telling you to rise up, to let your mind, your body, yourself to be at ease, to let the mirth return to your lips. And like, let your lips be kissable is what they're saying. And it's not just, the lover, it's the sweet kisses of life, of trusting life to be good to you. The sweet fruit's going on here. And you're that fruit. And these relationships are that fruit. And to know thyself, right? To not have that old, stuff burning around your head, that burden going on there, but to have that freedom of mind, that peace of mind and peace of heart. You're saying to carry it all the way through. Look at those stars. Look at that moon. You just keep saying, know thyself. Okay. So with that's the pentacles, right? And the mountains are there, and they're saying, mountains, move, get over here to the magician. And with the magician, we progress forward, and it comes into that relationship. How would I know? We go from 52 to 53, and 3 has to do with the relationship. Excuse me, and the manifest presence thereof. It is very pentacle energy, because what's a star but 5 points, right? And it's the moving of the magic, the moving of the energy of the hindsight and the foresight coming together to keep the balance and the justice, the resonance, the resurrection. And definitely this is very much an Ace of Swords card today, showing up as the divine reward. But there's a doubling of it. It's got like Emperor, High Priestess, Ace of Swords energy, and Four of Wands energy all going on in this exact same card together. So it's kind of like all your wishes, dreams, treasures coming true. Basically, to sum that up in some cliff notes, my friend. And it's that branch of life. Let this wake you. Let this startle you, is what they're saying. Like, not like shock, but shock, like surprise. Let it startle you. Let it kickstart your heart. Kickstart your heart. And the leaves of the oak start clapping. Wisdom, all the trees of righteousness, the oaks of righteousness that have sat around for eons are clapping and celebrating. Because I think outside of like the olive tree, we have the oak tree as one of the oldest trees on the planet, and then the redwood too. But see, he's a little calmer in his demeanor with that wand. He's like, I don't have my guard all the way up like you do. And this is the one that's a little bit more in observation going on. That awareness, that knowing. There's a bit more clarity in the mind here. Not as much of the fears going on in this unknowable, but more seeing the possibilities. And it's just simply because of a different perspective. I mean, look at the horns going on here, the hands. It's like cornucopia energy going on, which is why I want to get a card. Okay, so we're going to get one of these, even though cornucopia is in the pearl. All right. Poised peace. 48, 23. Taking hold of divinity. All right. The power of your permission, of allowing this to come in, of allowing life to be good to you again. Okay. But you didn't know it. I mean, many of us have been through droughts where favor is concerned. Favor is kind of like winning the lottery, to know what, I get it all. I get to have it all, my cake, and eat it too. We're often told you have to have this or that. You can't have the and. Like, you can't have love and money. You can't have, success and happiness. You can't have a divine relationship with someone who is your dearest, closest friend, right? And this is saying, yes, you can. This is saying, yes, you can. Not only yes, you can, expect it and believe it. And that's the peace that you will receive it. Because it's not something that is from far away coming in. It is something that is in you. And it's rising up. It is like this egg is being birthed from the earth, rising up right here. Because it's finally time. It's finally time, because there's something about this cosmic egg that is about two eggs coming together that create that relationship, that perfect peace, that passion. It's making me think of the, is it Penzanki eggs? There's a Czechoslovakian art of decorating the eggs, the empty tomb. That's about the resurrection one, the power that she had here. And this other one, whichever one you are, the one that's a little bit guarded, and the little one, the one that's calm, cool, and collected, that has it together. And I like to think with this presence here and the lovers in between, it's the balancing that energy between y'all, okay? One who is the fun person and one who is the funny person. They feed and they nurture and nourish each other's passion, each other's soul song. They're talking about, poised for peace. There can't be any strife there. That is the star. It's that complementary energy of being from the same place. It was like it was written in the stars for you guys. I love that. I love that for this Pisces moon. Pisces moon coming in. Let's get a little kiss on this. Let's get a little kiss on this. For the Pisces moon and joy to the world. Friends and family. Okay. All right. They're saying open your gates. Open your gates. And this time I love it because it's like your lungs, your breath, like, woo, blowing out the celebration, the excitement. These are showing up right now like those little Twizzlers that you blow the little whistle horn thing. Kind of like a raspberry. I don't even know what it is. But it's a very playful energy. It's a celebratory energy. Remember, celebratory, not celebratory. Celebratory energy that's like it kicks off the party. It toots the horn. It blasts the energy. It calls in the permission for this. It is not sound the alarm. It's announce the arrival. Okay, and the da-da-da. And they open the doors, and in comes the three. That divine energy of the stars. The three fruits of the tree. The 3 days, the 2 waves, the energy that dispels your fear and blasts it away. And it blasts it away from here to kingdom come, meaning from here on out. From here off into the future. Remember about the hindsight coming in so that the foresight could be better. That magic mirror coming on in. It does away with it. Does away with it. You're one for harmony. I can see that with all the peace coming on in. And that bit of kind of haven't been too hard on yourself there, which is why they start with the soothing energy, and I love it. And so any of you who are given to the color purple or maybe to crystals, maybe bring in some purple into your world. It doesn't have to be on a wall or anywhere else. I mean, it could just be a purple napkin in the drawer. It could be, a purple flower in a vase. And it could be a cluster amethyst that you have to just soothe your energy and put it somewhere that you pass by often. Like here, the way I come in my house, I have to pass by the kitchen countertop quite often. And just somewhere there to welcome you. It's a welcoming, opening energy. And that's kind of how I hear the do-do going off. It's you looking down going, okay. Okay. And they're saying, get one of these cards. What is going on? You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. And so like an arrow, that gate, that communication, it's launching out and awakening it. So pay attention to your work, but this is specifically to your words, okay? The work of your words and what's coming out of your mouth, because your mouth is the gate, all right? Because that is the one thing that could make you not see, the forest for the trees kind of thing, okay? So there we go. Hey, Pisces moon. I'm excited for us all. We'll talk soon, friend. Love ya. Bye.